Hi Pisces, how's it going? I hope you're having a wonderful week and having a wonderful month. We are going to be getting into your money reading. We're going to start with our entrepreneurs and then we're going to move into those who work with and for others. If you have not already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and let's get started. So the major thing I've been focusing on this week astrologically has been the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction happening in the sign of Taurus. It's later in the sign, so those who have later degrees will be feeling more of this impact. This one may not have as much of an impact on you as some of the other astrological movements have or haven't had. You do still have that energy of Neptune moving through the later signs of Pisces. You have Saturn that's moving through Pisces. So you have a lot going on. It's not like there's nothing happening there. But this specific conjunction may not have as much of an impact on you. So, but it will have, of course, because Uranus is such a large planet, because the conjunction amplifies energy, it will have some impact on you. It just may not be something that feels very circumstantial or feels very, very large, very big. It just depends. Now, if you have Taurus placements, you have fixed sign placements, you have earthy placements, you will also be feeling this because this conjunction will pull on the energies of those signs. Now, we're starting off for our entrepreneurs with the Six of Chalices. Everybody has been getting Six of Chalices in some way, shape, or form. So there's maybe a lot of reflection that you're going over. There may be a lot of appreciation for what the past has given you that's gotten you where you are today. And it's also giving that while you're trying to decide what your next steps are, you may be questioning whether you're making the right choice, whether you're making the right option, whether you're going in the right direction, and wondering if you're being perhaps a little naive in what it is that you desire to do. You have a Ten of Pentacles. So you've been feeling a lot of success. Oh, I love this. Lots of folks have been getting Ten of Pentacles and Ten of Swords as well. So you may be feeling like, yes, you've really built and planted the seeds for that legacy, for that long-term investment, for that long-term fulfillment, a space where you can set up not only yourself, but future generations associated with you for success and happiness materially. Perhaps you bought a home. Perhaps you had successful investments. Perhaps your business did really great in the first quarter. You know, you're just feeling like the plans are falling into place and you're feeling really good about that. You're also not feeling as stressful. I love this Ten of Swords. We have this individual, and so we have let's see if I can get it to focus on it. We have the Phoenix being reborn. We have the old past thoughts and stresses catching on fire on the table with the fairies kind of joyfully, you know, dancing in the flames of what used to be as we move on, like the stress, the strain, it's all over. And in fact, you then get the Judgment card, a new start financially, a new start mentally and spiritually. It is like the culmination of these energies of this Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords has brought you to a space where you feel reborn and ready to look at the world through a new lens. We get the Knight of Swords, so you may be writing a little bit more if you've been feeling some blockages towards writing or towards getting the words out, towards doing marketing, towards putting yourself out there. Those blockages are feeling like they're being removed. You're feeling a renewed sense of vigor there, a renewed sense of enthusiasm there. And we do have the Moon card. So there is a little reflection going on. We're seeing that, and perhaps some taking a look at that mother energy. We have the Judgment and the Moon card here. So we may be getting some insights that are coming in from that, or some understanding of how our mother has impacted us. Hermit energy, yeah, you're definitely may be feeling a little less social going into April, into May. So from middle of April to middle of May, you may be wanting to spend more time. Part of it is you're in kind of creation mode. You're kind of in rebirth mode. You've ended a cycle. You've ended a quarter. You're moving into the new quarter fully and completely. You're giving yourself that time to go really deep within and figure out, like, as you make these new steps, as you go from the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords to the Aces energy, what does that look like for you? What does that mean for you? What's this next part of this path and this journey. So it is wise to take some time to really get clear on your thoughts. Maybe you're doing a lot of journaling. Maybe you're checking in with your therapist. Maybe you're just making sure you're spending time with friends and things like that. If you're a person who has to vocalize your thoughts and really like get them out there, maybe, like I said, you're writing more, you're marketing more, all those things. But if part of that is really going deep within and going into that unconscious part of you and what's driving those things. And if this idea that perhaps the next steps that you're wanting to make or the way that you're looking at things, you feel like, oh, am I being naive in how I'm approaching like that? I'm feeling like I might have felt when I was a child when I look at these next steps. It's because of some circumstances put into place, some ideas around how you think about your ability to be successful and to achieve these goals and to go after the next thing that have been put into your head from your mother. So I would do some reflection on that. Let's get your outcome. Knave of Swords. Okay, yeah, a new way of thinking about things, a new idea, taking a little bit of lightness there, taking a little bit of fun there, lightening up about the subject of things, lightening up about how you're thinking about things, lightening up about your perspective. It is just one of those things where you may have been taking things a little too personally, or letting something from the past, especially your mother's opinion or your mother's influence, affect you too much in the present now. And now it's time to shift that framework, shift that way of thinking about things so that you can be ready for your next steps. All right, for those who work with and for other people, that was fast. Balancing. This is a time of finding some balance, balancing out your heart and your mind, balancing out how much time you're spending with others, balancing out the energy that you're putting out there. All right, here we go. Let's get these out. We have the Sun card. We have the Seven of Cups, so we know our Seven of Cups. We have the World card, lovely. We love that for you. The Queen of Swords. All right, so in balancing out your heart and your mind, it's showing up for us already here with the Swords energy and the chalices. We have the Sun, so feeling appreciation, feeling like your talents are being rewarded, feeling like you're getting your time to shine. You're really feeling like this space of, okay, yeah, I've worked really hard to get here, and people are really seeing the work that I've put in. I feel really good about that. You have some other things, some of the desires, some of the dreams that you are interested in pursuing. And so you may be sipping on a cup, trying to think like, okay, what's my next step? What's my next role? And I like this one. I do love, of course, the traditional cards, but I like some of the new ones too, because in this one we can see, well, when it focuses, let me hold it still so it'll actually be something you can see. We have all these different versions of her. So we have her as a singer, we have her as a teacher, we have her as a businesswoman, we have her just like as a doctor, we have her, in all these different roles. And so it's kind of like one of those, like, what's the next step? What's my new version of myself that I'm going to embrace? Especially because you're feeling like the world is at your feet. The world is like, it's open to you. You have gone through a really long journey of getting to know yourself and walking home to yourself. And now you're like, all right, I'm ready for my next steps. Queen of Swords is, again, reiterating clear communication, clear boundaries, the importance of being able to express yourself, anything that has to do with communication and mindfulness. So again, you may be writing, you may be doing more public speaking. Interesting. It seems like your mind, though, may be winning out over your heart. We have a Knave of Chalices and then an Ace of Chalices. So you may be taking a very logical approach in what is your next steps. It definitely does seem like your mind is winning out over your heart. So you may, again, be looking at what's the practical option that's available to me and maybe not what's your heart's desire, just because it may just be more in alignment for you or an easier transition for you to go into this like next phase as a Queen of Swords. We have a Knave of Chalices. So again, that is an energy of feeling kind of passionate about your next steps. It would be the Page of Chalices. So kind of like, okay, I'm going to grab this cup and I'm going to give this a shot and let's see what happens. And then we have this cup turned upside down with the Ace of Cups in reverse. And I don't know if it's necessarily like you immediately are like, this is a bad choice, I shouldn't have done this. Or if it's just because you're in such an analytical, practical state because you're kind of like letting your mind overrule your heart that you're like, oh, I really shouldn't have done this. I should have went with the choice that logically made the most sense. We have the Hangman in reverse. So with the Hangman in reverse, though, you're not feeling stuck. This is not an energy of feeling stuck. This is not an energy of feeling like you have to wait. This is an energy of movement. Things are moving forward. And if these were the traditional cards, the World and the Hangman reflect each other. And so this would be a space of you like turning things on their head, but you being able to see that new perspective, understand where things need to change. And again, it may be that in deciding to take this role and maybe do more public speaking, do more writing, do more putting yourself out there vocally, you find that like, okay, this is the cup I need to choose. And you're realizing that like, oh, dang, this is taking a lot more energy than what I realized, but it's making me look at things from a different perspective. It's putting reality into this Seven of Cups energy, because that is kind of like the danger of the Seven of Cups. One is never making a choice, so you never advance, and you're always stuck here in the seven space, constantly exploring, constantly trying out new things, and never actually moving on to something, to the 10 of actual happiness and fulfillment. But the other side of the Seven of Cups, that is the downside or the danger of the Seven of Cups, is that you live in this kind of fantasy world, and it's the fantasy that keeps you never choosing, because you never actually pursue. It's something that constantly seems available for you, and it's something that constantly seems like, oh my god, it'd be so much fun, it'd be such a great choice, it'd be something that I'd be really good at. You never actually know, and you get no lived real world experience to be able to confirm or deny that. And you may, what you may be finding is that you, in making this choice and going in this direction, the immediate response you might get is that, oh my goodness, I don't think I actually like this. This isn't actually fun. I don't know if I actually want to do this. But it's just the start. And I think it changes your perspective in how you're pursuing this or how you're framing this. And so you may put the cup back. You might. Or you may say, let me give this more time. Maybe I was approaching this in a way where I wasn't being realistic, and now I need to be realistic. Now I need to be practical. Now I need to actually look at what it takes to be successful in this area, instead of a dream that I had that I would just automatically be talented and great or good at this. It is a very much like coming down to earth energy. All right, so that's going to be it for you, which is very in line with Saturn and Pisces. So that's going to be it for my Pisces. And if you'd like a personal reading, go ahead and send me a message. You can book through my website, theblissinstitute.org. If you are wanting a special transit report, I'm doing astrology transit reports for all of the energy that's going on right now, to see how these recent transits, where the planets are, and how they're impacting your natal chart specifically. Go ahead and book that from me as well. I love you, and I'll see y'all later, Pisces. Bye.